I'm Absolutely Puzzled, and today we're taking a look back at Dear Esther. What started off as a mod for Half-Life 2 in 2008 was rebuilt from the ground up and given a standalone release on February 14, 2012. Another 4 years passed, and United Kingdom-based studio The Chinese Room sought to bring their creation to a broader audience with a console release. However, Valve's game engine was beginning to show its age, and the high costs of licensing signaled the need to find a new source of distribution. Remade for a second time, now running in the Unity engine, Dear Esther finally made the jump to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles on September 20th, 2016. With its improved audio, visuals, and the addition of a developer commentary mode, this version became the definitive way to experience Dear Esther. Landmark Edition. A remaster of the remake of the mod, nearly a decade in the making. A love letter to those who supported the project since the beginning, making the PC release date on Valentine's Day 2017 quite fitting. The concept was simple. The player finds themselves alone on an island, accompanied only by the dictation of letters written to a woman named Esther. No clear objective was given, there were no puzzles to solve or enemies to conquer, only a mysterious island to walk about and explore. At the time, such a minimalistic approach to game design had never really been done before, sparking massive debates on whether it can even be considered a video game. I personally hold the belief that it is a game, though I also believe that what you call it doesn't really matter. We know now, of course, that this style of game has become its own genre, the somewhat derisively named walking simulator. Games such as Firewatch, Gone Home, as well as the Chinese Room's third title, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, all have Dear Esther to thank for being the genre's pioneer. I said in my Superliminal video that since walking simulators offer very little in terms of gameplay, every other aspect of the game needs to be exceptional in order to compensate for it, and Dear Esther did not disappoint. The visuals are quite good, most notably in the cave chapter. These are without a doubt the most detailed caves I've ever seen in a video game. It could have used just a bit more polish in some areas, but the game's atmosphere makes up for it tenfold. From start to finish, I was thoroughly immersed in the game's world. It captured the eerie, unsettling look, and more importantly, feel of a horror game better than a lot of actual horror games. This is aided tremendously by my favorite part of Dear Esther, composer Jessica Curry's phenomenal soundtrack of piano, strings, and occasional female vocals. As a narrative-driven experience, the story is what's really going to make or break the game for a lot of people, because it is strange. It's an experimental game with an equally experimental story. Firstly, due to the fact that it's told semi-randomly. Audio recordings trigger automatically while exploring, but which recording plays will vary across playthroughs. This concept also extends to objects, with certain assets only appearing some of the time. Secondly, because our narrator's words are often surreal or even nonsensical at times, but you have to understand that this is a man who is grieving the loss of a loved one while suffering from the physical pain of a broken leg, malnutrition, and kidney stones, with a rapidly deteriorating mental state from isolation, abusing painkillers, and frequent inhalation of phosphorescent paint fumes. Because of this, many of the story's elements are vague or conflict with one another, leaving much to interpretation. Writer Dan Pinchbeck stated the idea behind this was so that two people could have a conversation about the game and both players would be able to share their different experiences and theories. I had a lot of fun examining the evidence and entertaining all the possible interpretations. I've made my own assumptions, but any are just as valid since there's no official explanation. My only complaint is how linear exploring the island is. Anytime the path appears to diverge, we'll almost immediately reconnect with the main route or result in a dead end. Movement speed is also incredibly slow, but this didn't really bother me as there was always something new to see or hear, and when I did hit a dead end, getting back on the trail didn't take too terribly long. Though if it doesn't hold your attention, you have the option to window the game so you can enjoy some Subway Surfers gameplay while you play. Dear Esther has a short but interesting story to tell, beautiful music to play, and some lovely sights to admire. And it does not try to overstay its welcome, wrapping up nicely in just over an hour. The length may make the $9.99 listing seem a bit steep, but 75 to 85% discounts will occur periodically on Steam. A free alternative, assuming you already own Half-Life 2, would be to download the original mod. However, I don't recommend this. It aged rather poorly, and the significant improvements of the standalone release more than justify parting with a couple dollars. This game is not for everybody. If you absolutely can't stand the idea of a walking simulator, and consider it the worst thing to ever happen to gaming, then Dear Esther probably won't change your mind. But if you enjoy the genre, or can go into it with an open mind, you'll find Dear Esther is one of the best in its class. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, comment what you'd like me to cover next, and subscribe to be absolutely puzzled. Thanks for watching.